This is such a good topic, especially given what we're going through in the economy right now. And I think that this is important for us to have this conversation to be real about it. I kind of changed my presentation based on some things that were going on. I'm going to jump to my iPad. I have some frameworks, some tools, some things that I want to get to you. We'll walk through a recipe that I think that will keep you safe during these times as we go through that. But the first thing is this: it's not about the money. It truly isn't about the money. We get all caught up in trying to figure out the money, but this was August 2nd of last year. And that is my very first granddaughter, Emily, being born. I'm saying I am expecting a second granddaughter, but they are expecting a second granddaughter in January. And here's the thing: on that day, my daughter-in-law, my son, are in a hospital and giving birth. The same day, my mother, 87 years old, had been on dialysis for 3 years at that time, was in another hospital across the valley. And we didn't know whether she was going to make it. She had been struggling for a bit. But here I was standing in the middle of the valley with people that I loved on both sides. And at the inflection point of the circle of life, on one side, there was the possibility and the promise of life. On the other side, there was the possibility and the ending of life, or the transition, if you will. And it was in that moment that I started to look at things and say, wait a second, all the money in the world didn't matter. What mattered more than anything else was I able to enrich their lives? Is my mom's life better because of me, because of the things I did, because of the things I was able to do, because I had the wealth to do the things to do? Is Emily's life going to be different because of the way I lived, the way I raised her dad? And start to look at this, because that's the moment where we start to realize that money isn't the objective. Moments are. Good news is that mom is fine. She is healthy. She is ornery as all get out still. But the reality is that I want us to look through this conversation of wealth through the eyes of owning the moments in our life. If you look at your life today and you say, how much of the moments do I own? How much of the moments do I control? How much of the moments can I dictate? Because it's truly the moments that we're really trying to do this for. Now, a lot of people will say, well, I don't know, $1 million, I want $1 million. Let's just get some real facts about millionaires as we go into this. And then I want to talk about what is really going on in the market right now. So we set some things, and then I want to take you through some habits to do that. And so as we look at the truth behind millionaires, because I think this will set a perspective for you, hopefully, to understand this. And because we think it's this far off thing, this thing that maybe we can't achieve because of whatever age or stage we're at. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't matter whether you're 20, you're 40, you're 50, you're 60, it's still achievable. So here's the thing. Majority, almost 80% of millionaires in the US did not receive an inheritance. They didn't get it gifted. They didn't inherit it. They didn't win the lottery. They earned it. Okay? And this is from a study of 10,000 millionaires. 8 out of 10 millionaires come from families that were below middle income level. 8 out of 10. Over 80% are first generation millionaires. They created it on their own. Then when you look at how much they made to create the millions, and Jenna mentioned this about investing in the 401k and all of that stuff. 31% averaged only $100,000 a year over the course of their career. So we're not talking about a lot of money. It's what we do with it that starts to transition it. And so then we look at the education. Are they all Ivy League schools? Are they Yale and Harvard and Princeton and all of that? Nope. Most of the degrees are from public state schools. And I just wanted to put that out there so we can maybe dispel the myths around being millions, building millions, and knowing that it can happen, and that it's a matter of choice. It's a matter of habits and the things that we do. Here's my belief. The reality is that financial freedom, it's your birthright. You just need to understand how to claim it. We don't talk about it. We're not supposed to talk about it. It's impolite to talk about money, but we're doing a whole month in Growth Day on money, on wealth, on building a life that is full of richness and meaning. And that's what this is all about. So as we go into this, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, okay? And that is this. The elephant in the room is all of the stuff that's going on around you. You might have seen some of these headlines. This was from yesterday. Stock market, worst day since 2020, as it was a meltdown, okay? 1,300 points down. The fact of the matter is that it's the depending which market you look at, it's the 5th or 7th biggest loss in history. And it's freaking people out, and the media is freaking people out. And the reality is that all that zeitgeist is doing nothing but spinning fear. And we got to stop. The question is, if that were an ocean, would you jump in and swim in it? Because it's not the reality. The media and the people that put out these headlines, and this is not a political statement, this is just the truth. They're not there to inform you. They're there to get ratings. They're there to get eyeballs. They're there to get viewers. They're there to get advertisers. And the way they do that is to polarize or spin the fear. But that doesn't serve us. So I want to give you some truth. I want to give you some perspective so you understand what's really going on in the market. So a bear market is when the market drops 20% from its high. They call that a bear market. That means it's going down. Well, yesterday we dropped 5% just in one day. Just in one day. Do I think we're over? No, I don't think we're over. But does that mean anything? Let's look at some statistics just so you understand that, and then we can dive in real quickly. Here's the thing. These are bull markets are when the market's going up. Bear markets are when the market's going down. Okay? The blue here is when the markets are going up. Did you notice the difference between the yellow and the blue? This is the history. People are trying to say, well, wait a second. Now, granted, it doesn't feel good when we're in there, but look at this. The average bear market loses 31%, and lasts 11 months. 11 months. The average bull market makes 155% and lasts over 4 years. Let's look at recessions for a moment, okay? Look at the recessions. Look at the recessions. These are when we have booms in the economy, and these little red things are the recessions. Now, I'm not saying they don't hurt. I just want to give you the proper perspective, okay? The average recession is 11 months long. We've been on an 11-year bear run. And my point is that we can stew in what they're trying to tell us, or we can get the reality behind what it is and choose it, because here's my belief. This recession doesn't need to be your recession. This economy doesn't need to be your economy. This bear market doesn't need to be your bear market. You get to be that in your own world, to choose it your way.
This can be your day for personal growth. This can be that day you committed to and you remember and you go, that was the day I got myself a community. I got better coaches. I committed to making my life the absolute best that I could. This is that day. Make today your growth day. Click the button on this page and sign up right now.